Well, hello, old friends, and welcome back to the channel. A Season 4 finale of Babylon 5 is upon us, with Episode 22, The Deconstruction of Falling Stars. Now, friends, full disclosure, because of the very thoughtful and very non-spoilery information that several of you provided me, I do know that this was not the original Season 4 finale, and that this acted as a replacement as soon as JMS was found out that he was going to have a Season 5. So, a replacement was filmed in the form of this particular episode, to bridge the gap from the one that was filled, and I believe everyone said that became the new series finale. So I am waiting, and I know the broad strokes, and I will fully inform myself whenever I'm done the series. But for right now, you have all told me everything I need to know. So friends, there's nothing to it but to do it. If you could do me a quick favor though and hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel and allows me to alert you next time it's time to board Babylon 5 or any of our sci-fi fare. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. I should be several episodes ahead over there, including the YouTube edits. In addition to that, my friends, if you're not a fan of Patreon though, YouTube memberships will give you all of our episodes at least a day early. But my dear friends, I can't bamf any longer. All that is then and this is now, and now it's time to say goodbye to Season 4 of Babylon 5 as we watch Episode 22, The Deconstruction of Falling Stars. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And for the very last time this season, away we go! Just married. Love it. Love it. So I had to send somebody out to paint that, by the way. Look at the goatee.
But there's a time and a place for everything, and this is the time, and this is definitely the place for one hell of a party. Yeah!
Thank God Mike's back.
Mr. President, we have a lot to celebrate, including and especially your marriage.
If I can find some way to pay you back for this, I will. Thank you.
Oh, someone has to clean all this up. Here comes the other happy couple.
Among my people, this is how we celebrate state funerals. Our marriage ceremonies are solemn, sober, moments of reflection.
Really?
Once you know that it cannot get any worse, you can relax and enjoy the marriage. But to start with something like this...
It's all downhill.
Oh, it is a very bad sign for the future.
Jakar, thoughts? You seem to be giggling.
Perhaps it was something I said.
Perhaps it is everything you say.
That one blue eye flips me out. I think it does so much for him.
They should be applauding themselves, not us. We did it together. There's something immodest about all this.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about it. What matters is what we did here, together. In 100 years, it won't matter who we were. They probably won't even remember.
Well.
And here's our first shot of the first couple of the Interstellar Alliance, President John Sheridan and Delenn, live on ISN.
Wow.
Messages from the Senate and in the former League of Aligned Worlds. ISN coverage.
Continuity error caused by high energy. Correcting for error.
What?
Reloading sequence. Sheridan and Delenn. Please select a time period or select autoplay for chronological display.
3262.
Loading records for period covering 1 year through 1,000 years from events shown. Please stand by to receive.
What?
It was the year of fire.
We were being told about our prior year being the year of fire, but now it looks like we're going to be watching 1,000 years. I knew something was up whenever they talked about 100 years from now, nobody will remember us.
The year is 2261.
The place?
Babylon 5. I mean, that went all the way up to like 3262, I think it said. Very intrigued about this. I think now again, I want to see how all the characters end up, but I think I'm most interested to see Jakar and Londo, even though we've had very strong hints about how that ends. I want to see the lead up. I want to see that story.
Initial scanning date. Stand by.
2262. Okay, this is just a few days then.
A no-holds-barred look at the events of today that will shape the world of tomorrow. And now your host, Derek Mitchell.
Hey, Derek.
The end of a civil war that split Earth Force squarely down the middle. The death of President William Morgan Clark. And the creation of a new interstellar alliance.
It's been busy.
However, there's a word in the Old Testament used to call for silence between passages. Selah. It means pause and consider. We've set aside a few moments to reflect, discuss, pause, and consider. Selah.
I like it.
The only son of a career diplomat, Sheridan was an average but enthusiastic student. He served with distinction during the Minbari War and the food riots on Mars. But now an even greater challenge stands before him. Can he hold together this newborn alliance of competing, even mutually hostile races?
From Earth Dome, Senator Elizabeth Matari. From Mars, author and journalist Leif Tanner. And from Paris, Henry Ellis, former speechwriter and political commentator.
I thought we'd have somebody we knew.
Well, I don't know which of you wants to be first out of the gate on...
I'd like to jump in here.
Oh, okay.
This is the man who resigned his commission in Earth Force under dubious circumstances.
The president cleared him and his...
He was forced, but...
Yes, she did, and she's going to have to answer for that in the next election. But that's besides the...
Oh, okay, Henry's got a bone to pick.
Let's look at the facts. The man isn't qualified to run an operation as large as this interstellar alliance.
Directed by Stephen Furst.
And now he's going to stitch together an alliance of radically different aliens and make it work? No, this whole shebang is doomed from the get-go.
Yeah, let's record this, and he can eat his hat.
Give Sheridan a break to write him off before he's even started. Well, that's irrational, even for you, Henry.
Oh, he fires on his own ships, and you're calling me irrational?
Well,
Come on, Lee.
that's not fair.
That's not fair.
I'm just saying that he deserves a chance to try and make it work.
Right, I mean...
Is that this is an election year, and that Mr. Ellis was working as a speechwriter in the Clark administration, and I think that he...
Oh, lost his job.
So they're doing all that they can to discredit him in advance.
That is completely unfair.
It is not unfair. It's true, Henry.
I hate to interrupt.
I like how they stuck with her reaction shot. That was, you heard him off camera.
And what do you consider to be the #1 problem waiting for them?
Well, the number one problem is...
One at a time.
Mars for years and did nothing. It took Sheridan to push them into recognizing our sovereign rights of independence.
At gunpoint.
This next year will prove critical for Sheridan and the rest of his people. Look at what they're up against. He has to ride herd on a dozen or so alien races that have signed on to this alliance and probably don't fully understand what's being required of them.
This is an intelligent answer.
This man has his work cut out for him, but I know that he can handle it.
It's well said.
Now, when this happens, it's all going to fall apart. He's power hungry and he's unprepared, and that is a dangerous combination.
Unlike your prior boss.
Record ends. Autoplay feature engaged. Loading next sequence. Date, 100 years from first time period.
Who's watching this?
Accessing records for date 100 years from initial scanning date. Stand by.
In 100 years, no one will remember us.
Historian Dr. Jim Latimer from the University of York. Political scientist Dr. Barbara Toshaki, University of Japan at Tokyo. And psychologist Dr. William Exeter from NYU.
What role do you feel the Babylon Station played in the creation of the 100-year peace?
Well, the station, none at all. It was a place that served as a nexus for others.
What happened to it?
They did not do. They allowed others to do.
By they, you mean Sheridan and Delenn.
We all have a profound psychological need to believe in heroes.
100 years removed, offering expert opinion.
They were the open vessels in which people poured their hopes and their dreams. That sets up sort of a gestalt where events take on a life of their own.
Oh, for God's sakes. The media.
In a lot of ways, they blew it.
It was only the force of history that saved the situation from collapsing of its own weight after so many people died in its first year of operation. And the incident concerning their son...
Well, I don't want to get off the track and into associated biography, so...
No, get off the track.
I started to say so many people died in the year after Sheridan and Delenn returned to Babylon 5.
Well, you can't lay the blame for all that at their feet.
Of course you can. Well, as one example, they had no business creating a colony of telepaths on Babylon 5. He thought they could control the telepaths when any fool knows that's impossible. Sooner or later, they were bound to turn on Sheridan and everybody.
I'm not going to take notes.
That one event may have done much to precipitate the telepath war and...
You can't pick one incident.
What the hell? They're giving away season 5!
You gotta listen to me. This isn't gonna work. If you give yourselves up, we could go back. We could talk to the others.
Oh my God, Mike.
You say you're doing this for a cause.
There's no date.
What kind of
File
sympathy
number.
are you gonna get by killing innocent people in cold blood? Look, I can work with you. I can get you out of this, but you've got to work with me. What do you say?
Who is he talking to? Telepaths?
Yeah. That's what I thought you were gonna say.
Yeah, they're telling him in the mind.
I have consulted with Captain Lockley, and we've reached a decision regarding the current situation.
I gotta make a note, Captain Lockley.
You have two choices. Surrender, or we will use lethal force to bring you down. You have 10 minutes.
What is going on?
Oh, whoa. Wait, look, we can...
Comments. But you can see it in his attitude, the way he addresses the terrorists. That coldness is emblematic of his personality.
What is going on?
It's a very sophisticated PR campaign. Brilliantly done.
And then there's that bit about the way his death was handled.
Exactly. Everyone knows Sheridan died on Mimbar. The cover story they put out was clearly designed to perpetuate the myth of his character.
When did he die?
Because a lot of people still believe it, 80 years later.
So?
He made it to full 20 then. F you people.
The idea that Delenn is still around after this long and living in seclusion, so of course no one can see her, it's very convenient. The Alliance is continuing the illusion that Delenn is alive for their own purposes. Frankly, I don't think she would have approved.
What is this shit?
Looking back, has the Alliance been a force for good?
Or for the most part, yes.
Well, then why are you...
Things can grow in questionable ground.
Oh my God.
Sheridan was a megalomaniac, and to allow history to feed that megalomania, even posthumously, simply compounds the error.
I didn't think I'd get furious in this episode.
I've just heard we've had a security breach in the building. We're going to...
You two pricks were saying?
John Sheridan was a good and kind and decent man.
Delenn, wait. You came all this way just to say that?
What else is there to say?
But this is extraordinary. There's so much more we'd like to ask you.
You got everything else wrong, so...
You do not wish to know anything. You wish only to speak.
Yeah.
That which you do not know, you invent.
That's right.
That he was a good man, a kind man, who cared about the world.
All of them. Delenn learned everything she needed to know by that first exchange with the media.
Of course, we would expect you to say that.
Shut the up. Yes? Tough guy? Yeah.
Goodbye.
Dipshit. Yeah, your personal convictions don't stand up to the face of truth, you lying, self-serving pricks.
Loading next sequence. Date, 500 years from first time period.
Jesus God almighty.
2 January 2762. All monitors set to record mode. Initiating environmental hologram, location 2C, sequence, start. The purpose of this simulation is to provide reverse-correct infospeak as support for current changes in Earth policy. It is the new policy that the Interstellar Alliance is restrictive and against the best interests of Earth. Intent is to deconstruct historical figures revered by Prol Sector, thereby legitimizing current government policies. To determine if the psychohistorical research has been sufficiently thorough, Phase 2 will begin with the control holograms working with the actual psychological makeups of the subjects in question.
So you're recreating a scene with an intent that you've already pre-programmed.
Update system files for holographic figures filling in period from 2262 through 2762.
Stand by.
The system is now updating the holographic representations with our current political situation and the developments leading up to them.
Okay.
Download complete. Well.
Okay.
You, the real you, are deceased. We have reconstructed your thought patterns and your forms for purposes of a series of vids designed to help...
Designed as propaganda to justify your break from the Interstellar Alliance.
Not propaganda. Good facts, as opposed to real facts. Facts the government has endorsed.
What? Good facts?
500 years of working with the Alliance has weakened the position of humans in the greater scheme of things.
Level playing field?
We have been polluted by too many outside ideas.
Oh, boy.
It's a great story. I'm sure that's the one you're putting out. What's the real one? The real fact, not the good fact.
The real fact, not the good fact.
The Rangers and the Alliance prove a hindrance to our plans to expand.
Conquest.
They've recreated us so that they can provide false records and portray us to be, what, the bad guys? Only out for interests but our own?
They want to undermine the Alliance by attacking the people who created it.
Looks like. Just a second.
Hologram John's gonna figure this out.
EarthGov is split. The two sides are fighting each other over land and resources, power. We're on the cusp of another civil war.
Oh, he's right.
This is interesting.
Your legacy has proven a hindrance to that intention. Therefore, you must be...
repurposed?
I understand that you surrendered to our forces in the hopes of finding mercy.
The Interstellar Alliance is not here to be merciful to the weak.
Oh, this is bullshit, man. Oh my...
Two kinds. The conquerors...
and the conquered.
and the conquered.
This is bullshit.
What we cannot take by force, we will win by subversion.
Oh my God.
If 1 billion must die to ensure the continuance of our empire, then so be it.
Jesus.
You are only a down payment.
This is, oh my God, this is infuriating.
Fire!
There must be something we can do.
How? We know their backgrounds, right? We know what they're doing. Why don't we just...
Phase 2. Instituting Franklin reprogram, placing Delenn module in standby mode.
We have secured several test subjects for the next series of experiments. We will now continue with the use of alien organs in human bodies. Later today, we will begin again with our experiments on children.
This is horrific.
So, Daniel, right? Danny? Can I call you Danny? Oh, right, sorry. Forgot I'm just a hologram and you're busy getting ready to reprogram me. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Go, Mike.
You know, I was just thinking, when you've got all your pieces in place, you're probably going to launch a preemptive strike against the enemy, right? I mean, it's what I would do. Now, before you do that, I might have some useful information for you. See, the thing is, me and Sheridan were close, but I was the one who did most of the strategic planning during the war. Now, a resource like that, you might not want to wipe it out just yet. Give you some tips to pass along to the big boys and maybe get you a promotion.
Flattery. Still works. Way to go, Mike.
Ah, your boys are planning a first strike against the enemy, aren't they? That's why you're rushing ahead like this, because you're under the gun.
We will strike at the outer world colonies and the enemy nations here on Earth at the same time. Our attack fleet will be leaving within the hour.
Jesus. Cutting it real close then.
Be targeting military bases or civilian population centers?
Civilian population centers. My superiors feel it will demoralize the enemy. Force a surrender.
Ah.
Estimated dead?
15 to 20 million enemy casualties. Can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs, huh?
Right.
Well, I suggest that you put your head between your legs and you kiss your ass goodbye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The funny thing about being a holographic record is that you don't really exist, except in patterns of light, shadow, information. And I happen to have a knack for breaking system codes. So while you were downloading the New World Order into me, I was watching the system work. And I just sent out our entire conversation. Broadcast the whole damn thing. So, as of right now, the enemy knows what you have in mind, Danny. Now, from your records, they're actually a lot more humanitarian than you are, so they'll probably just target your military bases and research facilities. Hell, your missiles are probably halfway here by now.
You're lying.
What's that, Danny?
Computer end simulation. End simulation!
Oops, guess the system's busy. This little lab of yours, this isn't by any chance located on a military base, is it?
No!
Whatever the hell that meant.
Rest easy, friends. Rest easy.
Nice job, Mike.
Autoplay feature engaged. Loading next sequence. Date 1,000 years from first time period.
This is kind of sad for me.
Surprised it all still works after this long. Better get to my report.
I mean, I know that guy from a million things, but...
Yeah, I really had to talk to you, Brother Alwyn.
So it would seem.
I am having a crisis of faith.
Okay.
Well, I don't know what my role is or what I'm doing here.
You're doing God's work.
1,000 years. The Vorlon and the Shadow should be fighting, but they won't be.
What has precipitated this particular crisis of faith?
There's Roman numerals in the corner.
They confess to an inability to see the wisdom of our mission, to keep alive the knowledge of the past, the knowledge that would have been lost forever after the Great Burn 500 years ago.
Ha 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 ha! Great Burn must have been the fight.
Most of the records were destroyed in the Great Burn, so we only have word of mouth to go on.
And so it came to pass that in the 500th year of the Alliance, the children of Earth did war one upon another, with missiles and terrible weapons, and they burned the earth, and the air, and the cities, and the sea. You need only look outside to have that part verified.
Okay.
The last of the firstborn.
Exactly. The last shall come first, the first shall come last.
A fable, specifically created to match scripture. That's what the others say.
Is proof out there, space.
Yes, but space is closed to us now.
Why is space closed?
But we are not 1 inch closer to those flying machines that the books talk about, or to the stars.
Oh, wow. We like knocked ourselves back to the Stone Age.
You know, the prophecies of Dylan III said that
Dylan III?
The Rangers would come again to the Earth in her greatest hour of need and rebuild what was once the cradle of Sheridan and the Alliance. And we have waited so long, Brother Alwyn, and they have never come.
Maybe they're not coming. 500 years is a long time.
Faith and reason are the shoes on your feet. You can travel further with both than you can with just one. If today the Rangers came back to Earth from their place in the heavens, you would not know about it. They would come in secret and move around us and help us, and we wouldn't even know they were here.
Really? They wouldn't identify themselves?
I believe they could be. That's all that faith requires. It's beautiful work. Too lovely and significant for you to half finish.
Illuminated Bibles? God, it's crazy.
Once before I die, I really wish that I could walk amongst those stars.
If there is a way, Brother Michael, I pray that your wish comes true.
I hope we can jump forward and see him out there.
Alwyn McComber reporting in. Nothing of substance to report since my last. We think we may have gathered enough information from the time pre-burn to assemble a working gasoline engine. Arrange to have a suitable supply of gasoline found in the vicinity near the Abbey in a few days. Only this time, for Valen's sake, please make it look like an old container. The last one could have been produced 100 years ago.
So he is a ranger. Is that his outfit?
We will rebuild the earth. Though it take us another 2,000 years. Brother Michael, who I still think would be a worthy recruit after he's grown a little. Give him another 20 years and he'll be fine. Alwyn and LeShock, Earth Sector, in report. We live for the one, we die for the one.
Hell yeah, buddy.
System has finished processing and archiving records for a period of 1 million years from initial scanning date.
1 million years?
Our job is finished. Convey records to New Earth.
Confirmed.
Use enhanced tachyon sequence to ensure arrival in time for the celebration.
Estimate Sol will hit Nova in less than 5 standard hours. Recommend immediate evacuation.
Tell the others not to worry. I wouldn't miss this for anything. Now go on.
Is Earth getting destroyed? Sol will go supernova. That's our sun.
This is how the world ends. Swallowed in fire, but not in darkness. You will live on. The voice of all our ancestors. The voice of our fathers and our mothers to the last generation. We created the world we think you would have wished for us. And now we leave the cradle for the last time.
Because he said New Earth. That's very Vorlani. It happens to everybody, John. Didn't that look like the look on the Lynn's face?
They will remember us 100 years from now, or 1,000.
Or 1,000,000.
But it doesn't matter. We did what we did because it was right, not to be remembered. History will attend to itself.
Yeah. All right, everybody, we just finished watching Babylon 5, Season 4, Episode 22, the season finale, The Deconstruction of Falling Stars. And the only thing left to do is talk about it. All right, everybody, we just watched the 22nd episode, the season finale of Season 4, The Deconstruction of Falling Stars. I'm not going to talk too much about this one, friends, because this is all, in my opinion, this is all things that we can't change. These are all things that were punched up into 1,000 to 1,000,000 years into the future by JMS. And again, I think it's just the entire episode is an idea of the view of history, longevity, the lifespan of truth. And, you know, again, when humanity is concerned, whether it be now in 2026 or, you know, into the future in 2262 and points north, we would, you know, not a whole lot of difference. You know what I mean? The more things change, the more they stay the same. The idea of media manipulation, we saw it inside the events of Babylon 5. We continued to see it, you know, projected out into the future 100 years, and everybody, again, saying things to make their own story true instead of, you know, having the truth actually tell its own tale. I mean, that's humanity. And that's, you know, to the victor go the spoils. The victor writes the history, all of those things. It makes you wonder, too, in the events when you cast your mind back, you know, 100, 500, 1,000 years into our own history, how much of these events have been twisted, much like what we're seeing as the fictional projection that JMS gives us. It can only be assumed that this is just history repeating itself, albeit a fictionalized one, but one that bears quite a bit of fact in it as well. I like seeing too just the idea, hologram Mike causing the burn is one of my favorite things in Babylon 5. I think that is absolutely fantastic. I think that, you know, Mike getting his final haymaker in on these assholes that, you know, again, Mike getting to fight back from beyond the grave. I mean, that's one of the cooler things that we've seen, where he was able to, he kind of sat back and didn't say anything as his hologram was figuring out how to hack the system. That was great. That was really, really good. A lot of it was just so frustrating. A lot of it was just so, you know, when you have people arguing against the motives of people that they were at least 100 years removed from, and we're sitting here as the Greek chorus going, wait a minute, that's not how any of this happened. Again, you know, we're raging against a machine that is a century old at this point. At least, I mean, humanity far longer in their manipulations of the past. So, you know, it stood for what it was, and it stood for an interesting way to kind of look at retrospective. And I think that's what I'm going to end on here is the following. To me, and what I took away from all of this is much like what Delenn was trying to convey to John at the very end. What they say about us in the future doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is the present, what matters is the moment, and what matters is that if you are doing something that is and you feel to be just, to be truthful, to be honest, to be beneficial, whether it be to humanity at large or the people that you love, who's to say, you know, in the future, they're going to view you however they want to view you. They're going to manipulate the facts. They can make somebody that wasn't on the up and up look like some grand hero. They can make somebody who was the grand hero look like the villain. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. We have no control over any of that. The idea that casting the memory back and being able to manipulate the history to their own present day benefit that's a lesson that we need to learn. They're in the future. You know, again, what we saw 100, 500 years, using the past to manipulate their own present. Again, they're worried simply about the present. Why don't we do the same? They're going to say and do whatever they want to do. The future and what they say are raging against these potential slights and insults that could be levied against us. What we do in the moment, especially when we again transcribe it over to Delenn and John, they did what had to be done. They were like what she said when she showed up 100 years later. He was a kind man who was thrust into an unkind situation. He did the best that he could. They all did the best that they could. But at their hearts, they were all good. They were all just. They all had everyone's benefit in mind, not just humanity's. It was all of the alien races. They fought for everybody. It was something that I believe the reason why it's so easy to discredit is because it's so hard to believe. But those are our heroes, friends. Those are our heroes that we watch. We've watched 4 seasons of these heroes live in the present, be able to affect change into their immediate future. And whether or not they reach 100, 500, or 1,000 years into that future, who's to say? And if they do, who really cares? We're on Babylon 5 at 2262, my friends, and we have a whole nother season to watch. Friends, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for watching season 4 with me. We're going to have, in the beginning, the movie, the Babylon 5 movie will be arriving between seasons 4 and seasons 5. And then, of course, all the other movies, the other series, everything else Babylon 5 related, I want to make sure that not one stone is left unturned, because for the present, I want to make sure that I am the best Babylon 5 I can be. And for my memories that will be in the future about this moment, I want to remember each and every one of you as we flew among the stars at Babylon 5 and experienced the tale that is written in those very stars. And friends, I couldn't ask for a better group of folks to let me fly with. So friends, to the Babylon 5 community, thank you all so very much. And I cannot wait for season 5. It is a gracious thing. Even though it is our last season, it is momentous, it is honorable, and it is in the present. But all that was then, and this is now, my friends, and now, unfortunately, it's time to say goodbye. And normally, as the Greek chorus, we jump back into the episode and say goodbye from a favored scene. But today, I don't think we need to do that, because today we are saying goodbye simply from the present. And as we look into the immediate future of In the Beginning and season 5, we can smile knowing that the scenes that we jump into in that immediate future will be the continuation and the final chapters of the Babylon 5 tale. No place I would rather be, no time I would rather be, with each and every one of you as we sail the stars with JMS and this fantastic story. Until such time as we can continue, my friends, farewell, old friends. I'll see you.